Some interesting background information about a recent homicide victim has come to light. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson has more about how 38-year-old Kupo Malea's death has affected the African community both here and around the world. Mackenzie?
Last Friday, Kupo Malea was shot and killed in Lincoln. Now, as Malea's family travels from Zimbabwe to Lincoln, the African community is asking that his remains can return to his home country.
This is a tragic loss of a young, very, very young man, and also a tragic loss for the whole entire community, the African community in Nebraska.
The recent death of Zimbabwe-born Kupo Malea has made an international impact. Several African media sites say Malea's father was declared a national hero in Zimbabwe after his death in 2007. Now, the president of the country has requested that Malea's remains be returned for the proper ceremonies.
The fact that our brother Kupo was the son of a very big hero back home in the country, I think doing something like that would just kind of give a closure to the entire country. At least they can perform the rituals, they can perform the main duties that they're supposed to go through, so everybody can have a right to say their final goodbyes to the deceased person.
Seth Riek, one of the founders of the Midwestern African Museum of Art, says the burial of national heroes and their families is an essential aspect of the culture in Africa, providing an opportunity for the hero to make their last journey home. Ancestral rites are also performed with the return of the deceased's remains, and it is believed in their culture that the spirit of the deceased will not find peace until they are completed.
An African community like this, there's large numbers that come in a funeral of this caliber. So I do see this as his body not going back to Zimbabwe. You know, this is not going to be closure, not just for Kupo's family, but for literally the whole entire country of Zimbabwe.
The funerals of national heroes and their families are often attended by people from all over the nation who come to honor their life. They believe the more people attend, the more peaceful the deceased person will be. The Midwestern African Museum of Art says they stand together with Zimbabwe's plea for Malea's remains to be returned to his ancestral land. They plan to collect, catalog, and share Malea's story. Malea is survived by a 12-year-old daughter and a wife. We've reached out to his family traveling from Zimbabwe, who say they'll be in touch when they arrive in Lincoln.